Welcome back to the Beyond Face Value Show. I'm Dr. Jill Wade, and I'm excited to be here with you today because I want to invite you into the boardroom. What happens inside a boardroom? Usually the doors are shut. It's kind of hush-hush, quiet. Trade secrets are going on. People that are experts in their line of work are inside of there sharing knowledge, and together they are creating a plan in order to go back out to the business and implement. Well, what would happen if we created boardrooms inside our family, a family boardroom, let's just say. And inside our family boardroom, we were able to invite the experts in our family, the diversity of maybe grandparents, parents, our children, ourselves, our husbands, our wives, maybe even accountants on occasion or investors, and create this amazing family boardroom inside which, instead of secrets, we actually openly share, openly communicate, and openly together create a strategic plan for the family. To me, that's what true business, true family business is all about. It's creating a legacy. And creating that legacy can start from the top, the people who have been around, who've had experience, who taught you what you know, who developed you to who you are, your ideas, your values, your whole belief system. And then you can combine that with your own as you teach your children. And these children can be very young, or you could have young adults and teenagers like we have at home. We even have young college-age students that we've started to develop inside of our own family boardroom and create budgets for them, because when we started looking at their bank accounts and realizing how many Ubers and let's just say fast food trips they were taking and maybe having a little bit more fun than they should have, we all have been to college, right? So no judgment there. We just wanted them to make the realization that maybe their money wasn't being spent exactly where they wanted to spend it, and there might be some other options. This was really big in our family and really made some large changes, all on the positive note. That's how you teach your children. That's how you teach your family to be successful and to have what they want and to be sure that they are living their life with intention and not just allowing life to lead them because of financial maybe ups and downs. They're being reactionary when that happens. How about we be proactive, intentional, and then we still can, provide some space to have some fun and to purchase things that aren't just on the budget. So we're all still about having fun. We're just talking about the intention. And the only way that that's going to happen is somebody leads the family into the family business. I just asked Emilio a few minutes ago, our amazing producer here at the show, and I said, Emilio, does your family have a family boardroom, a family notebook, something that can be handed down so that you know what your parents know, where their investments are, and things for the family? And he said he didn't know. He said he probably thought they did, but he wasn't aware of it. And that's what I'm talking about. These are the types of things that we're going to encourage families to talk about. This is not a hush-hush, closed door type of boardroom where nobody else is invited in. This is one where it's going to have an open door policy, be fun, exciting, and share in the knowledge and the fun of learning more and talking more about finances and money. It doesn't have to be a taboo thing. It can actually be fun and enjoyable and really come out with some amazing results for everyone involved. In a previous show, we talked about spring cleaning, and that was actually just starting to explore the idea that finances are not ugly and they're not dirty. They can actually be fun and clean and very inspirational for the entire family if done properly. And what we talked about the most was a family boardroom and notebook. So guess what? I brought mine just to show you what's going on. Now, Emilio made fun of my very large size notebook, but we have a lot of businesses. We have a lot of investments. We have a lot of real estate and property. And so that's what's kept the important things inside of this notebook. So we're going to start today in this show to get you ready to start your own family notebook. And what I'm going to tell you to do is to go to Staples, one of my favorite shops, by the way. If I'm down in the dumps, I go to Staples because it makes me feel good to get organized. And you're going to go ahead and buy a bigger notebook than you think you need to. It needs to be really super easy to get pages in and out. I like the ones that have the straight little 3-ring binder. That way it can stack up really easy. But buy a nice big one that also has a place in the front that you can slide your pictures in. And what I want you to do is I want you to create your why, your family why. That's going to be different for everybody. It's going to look different. And I want you to grab the kids or the grandkids or grab pictures of the kids and grandkids, the grandparents, anything that gives you purpose. That's your why, your purpose. What makes you want to take care of your family? We dedicate so much time, effort, and energy and money into our families. This is supposed to be fun so that every time you pull this notebook out and you see this beautiful arrangement, this beautiful collage of what's important to you and the family, it's going to make you smile and you're going to open it up and you're going to want to do something in this notebook that's going to help you and the family get to the goals that you want. So one of the first things you're going to do is to, like I said, you're going to buy the notebook, you're going to buy a lot of dividers, and you're also going to buy some page protectors because some of this information in there you're going to want to keep and you're going to want to keep it really nice and crisp so that you can see it and use it year after year after year. This notebook is going to grow with you. Now, how did we come up with this idea about the family notebook? Like a lot of people have things stored in their file folders. And guess what? I still have file folders as well. And so I'm not saying this is going to redo your file folder system. But what I am going to say to you is this is in one place where it's always made very clear to the entire family of where this book is and how to access it. It's not hidden anywhere. And so, for example, when Stephen and I went to India last year in April, we left for almost 3 weeks. And so between my mom and dad and his mom, they stayed at the house with all the kids. And if something, God forbid, had happened to us, we would want them to be able to immediately get to the most important information that they needed to know in order to take care of the family, including our wills, all of our bank accounts, all of our bills, and information of how to keep the family running. So instead of trying to get into the file folders and figure out, well, what do I even look at? How do I even start? This is how this came along. Stacy Bullman and I, who has been a consultant for me for the dental practice for many years, she really has a great business called I'm Not Mad at You. And one of the things we talked about and strategically started to do a couple of years ago was create what her family called the death book. I kind of like it a little bit more positive, so that's why we came up with the family boardroom workbook. But it made sense. Her mom and dad did this for she and her sister so that when the day came, because they were starting to get older, when the day came that one of them passed away, they were able to have all of the information in one place, and nobody was overburdened at the time when they were needing to, let's just say, heal from the passing, that nobody would be put out just trying to even figure out what needed to happen. So if there are important attorneys, if there are important accountants, their information is also in this book so that somebody could open it up and really quickly understand who to go to, who to call, what the number is. And that's what this is all about. This is creating the legacy, physical legacy right in front of you. So don't get overwhelmed. We're going to make this as easy as possible. All I'm asking you to do is to open up your mind and to get ready to do this with your family. And like I said before, it doesn't matter if you're a Fortune 500 CEO, a stay-at-home mom, a single person, a married person, a grandparent, a child, whoever is hearing this podcast, this is for you. And you're going to start this, and then you're going to invite the rest of your family to join in. So for me right now, yes, we've made this family boardroom notebook to be about our immediate family. Stephen and I, the girls, the ranch, the dental businesses, all of our real estate investments. However, I have parents that are aging at this time, and my next phase is to invite them to do their family notebook. Now, my mother is very, very organized, and I know for many, many years, she does have probably a more organized file folder system than I could ever even dream of. But what my fear is even though she's so organized, I still wouldn't know where to begin. And that's the reason for the notebook itself. You can still have the file folder system and refer to it and tell them what's in it. But this notebook is going to basically step by step show anybody the proper information that they need to have on all the family members, all the bank accounts, all the cars, all the ranches, everything. That's what's exciting about it. Or I get excited about it. I like to be organized. And again, the whole legacy thing, that's what I'm trying to, teach my kids is we are doing and sacrificing some of the things that we do right now for their benefit, because we see that the things that we're doing at the ranch is our forever play to our family, our grandkids, our great grandkids that we'll never, ever meet. And this is the start of that legacy. And so the kids need to have a place in this. And this is how we suggest to do it. So once you get your notebook and you get home and you start getting it organized, I want you to also get that access to all of your bills, all of your accounts, all the info. Have your computer ready. Just know that if there's any just gentle cleaning up, that do some gentle cleaning up. If there's the stack of bills that you've been meaning to file for a really long time and it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher because you haven't actually put them in the file folders, go on and clean all of that up. That's your first step. That's what we were talking about on the previous episode about finances, and that was to do your spring cleaning. Get this information all in one place in the family office or wherever you want to kind of set up shop in the house, and get everything in one place so that you have access to it. That's number 2. And then we are going to also, number 3 is going to be to go to one of the areas that we're going to post with you and start to download your inside of your workbook. We're going to have things that give you your family legacy workbook. We're going to welcome you. We're going to tell you how to use the workbook. And we're going to give you a content. And that's how you're going to organize things with your dividers. And then within each one of the sections, so for example, one of the very first things we have you do, it sounds so elementary, but oh my gosh, you're going to be surprised. You're going to have to get access to some things to even answer some of these simple questions. Like, you're going to have one for each one of your family members, and it's going to tell you the basic information about each one of the family members. Their name, where do they live, what's their address. When our kids went off to college, I didn't even know their address. I had to go look it up. I had to text them and tell them to send me their address of how to send them a package. Everybody's home phone number, their cell phone numbers, their Wi-Fi or passwords for our home, their emails and passwords, our gate doors, our property mailbox and access to our safes on the property, date of birth, social security numbers, counties of birth, mother's maiden names, things that some of our kids don't even know. So anyway, that was just a brief little example of that. So what I'm trying to just show you is that you're taking for granted that everybody knows everything about all of the family members, and they don't. And I don't. I don't know how to get into Stephen's email. I don't know his password. If something happened to him, and I'm not even saying terribly, but let's just say he was ill. Let's say he had a little issue and he was in the hospital for a little bit, and I needed to get something out of his email, and he wasn't able to share that with me right off the bat. This is going to help because we can access this, and then we can get the information that we need. So don't get overwhelmed. We're going to take one section at a time. And by the end of the year, we're going to have a great family notebook. You're going to have a great vision board that you're going to do together. And 2025 is going to be spectacular because, again, you're taking an intentional spirit and energy behind what it is that you and the family want to accomplish. So I'm getting really excited about working with you to create your own family boardroom workbook. How did this come around? Well, I started talking to a lot of female dentists inside what we call the boardroom for female business owners, talking about the business behind the business of dentistry. And one of the things we all realized is we just simply weren't organized enough. And so now we've brought this to them, and now we're bringing it directly to you, the listeners and the viewers of our show. And so feel free to visit our website, and that is going to allow you to actually download the workbook aspect that goes inside of this notebook. And in future series, we're going to take one or two sections at a time, and we're going to work through that. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks about that, and it's going to give you a little bit of time to go home and work on it. And then catch me in another series for the next couple of little topics in the contents. And then by the end of the year, you're going to have very systematically, not getting overwhelmed, you're going to have created your whole family's entire workbook. And this is just part of what we feel like is really the balance of what we talk about in living life. I know I talk to you all the time about health and wellness, and this is more leading into that whole mindset of understanding that you've got to understand what your stressors are and how to control them, or your health cannot get better. And it's the same thing. It's this health and wealth type of concept. If your health is so bad that you can't get your finances in order and you're constantly spending so much trying to get healthier, and then your pocketbook is breaking because of it, we've got to get you healthier. We've got to get your mindset right. And then we've got to have a plan of action from a wealth standpoint. This supports you. This supports your stress level. This supports your family. And all of that together is what we call the Beyond Face Value. Because everything we talk about here on the show has value. And you have value. And you have worth. And guess what? I find so many people who struggle with the simple fact that they don't think they're worth it. Well, I'm telling you, you are worth it. And I don't care in the end what the dollar amount is that you find out is in this book. You are so much more than just that dollar amount. But here's the deal. Without the dollar amount, you struggle and it's hard and you get that mindset of lack. And when you live every day in the mindset of lack, there's no way for abundance to come to you and to help you get what you need and want. Abundance mindset is the only way to go. And so all of these things that we are sharing with you on the show, hopefully will just give you an impact of being able to see how a change in mindset and seeing everything as an opportunity and everything as an abundance mindset will actually allow that to come to you and bless you. And when you are blessed, I have no doubt that you will bless others. And that's what we're here for on this show. And I'm excited that you are following us. And please share this and other episodes with your friends and family so that we can all have fun creating our family. Also, to help us grow and expand our reach, be sure to like and subscribe to this show on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you prefer. Just remember, it's time to live your legacy now. I'm Dr. Jill Wade, and this has been the Beyond Face Value Show. Until next time.